what up? It took me and my ice build over 2 days to get to maps, but I made it there without entirely compromising the build. The Ice Nova took a backseat, however, and when I actually started mapping, my build was total dog shit. It was passable in the campaign and even the prelude, but it took a nosedive as soon as I went into maps. As I got into maps, GGG posted a new patch, and ever since then my graphics driver has continued to crash and give me issues. So it has been borderline unplayable, and it even started to get a bit laggy at the end there, so I kind of fell off. I had been playing a Lightning Deadeye as my second character, and it was like a million times easier and yeeted most of the content, getting to Act 4 like way earlier than my Ice Mage did, and even like not even just because I had currency now, but I had stopped playing for the moment because of the technical issues, and I couldn't really be bothered to get much footage of the Deadeye. In regard to the ice shards or whatever, the ice machine gun magic, when I had tried to make the ice machine gun and it didn't work out, I kind of yeeted it from the build entirely, but it turns out it's actually kind of viable, and it was probably a mistake to do that. Later on, when I was unable to make the ice balls do effective damage, I switched back to the ice machine gun strategy, and it was kind of more effective, and it somewhat made me want to go from the start again to try to do the ice machine gun, but we're not going to do that. Overall, I felt the Act 4 bosses to be very good, apart from one or two exceptions. Even with my shoddy ice build, I felt like I progressed through Act 4 decently enough. That is before I saw how quickly I was going with the Deadeye, which absolutely sped through the first 3 acts. It's crazy. I basically kept pushing through with my low grade elemental remnants ice build, even though I allocated like a dozen points toward it in this skill tree. It never really felt like it was doing that much for me. I didn't even know if I was really properly using it. Then I unlocked the cast on chill, and it was pretty underwhelming. My whole idea for the build was going towards cast on chill and doing an infinite freeze cycle, but it wasn't really very good, and in boss fights it was pretty much useless because you wouldn't build up enough of the energy. I had hoped it would be better in maps, but so far it has not been effective at all. So in summary, my build has been an utter disappointment. It could probably do better with some specific gear, but I haven't bothered to investigate that side too much. I just wanted to get to maps and try to get more currency, but so far my build was struggling against even tier 1. Maybe if I rearrange some stuff it can work out, but given the technical difficulties I can't really be bothered to try that right now. I think Act 4 is probably the strongest act at the moment. It is a lot of fun and not overly difficult in any way. A lot of good looking maps and interesting layouts. The ice crab things that spam shoot you with ice projectiles should be removed. They fucking suck. In terms of the boss fights, the purple monkey fight was pretty cool. I hate the nasty bird fight. The shark boss is peak. The fish lady is a bit much with all the spam. The Dark Souls 2 Prisoner boss is really neat. The Throwing Axe boss is pretty neat, especially once you figure out the mechanic, which is pretty simple. The Lightning ground type was okay. The big boss at the end of Act 4 was pretty cool and hype. It had a lot going on. For the interludes, the teleport behind you prince was cool. The entry cutscene was too much. It went on too long and it got annoying, especially because you have to watch it at the start of every fight. So you should ideally you watch that one time and then you go straight into the fight after that, like every other game basically. He hits a bit too hard, but it's still pretty fun, and beating it felt like an actual achievement because it was difficult enough. The Wisp boss was really overkill, and I did not like it at all. It just fills the entire screen with crap. And not to mention, it was really underwhelming because you have to beat that one for the spirit gem upgrade to get more spirit. And it was really underwhelming when I realized the cast on chill was not too good for me. It wasn't the upgrade that I was hoping it would be. The frozen bird was really quite bad for my ice build, and I didn't even know what you're meant to do during the ice phase. Like, you just kind of wait it out. The scorched farm boss fight was probably the worst one. I only really beat it because it bugged out. And I hope it doesn't return at any point in the future, because it was probably the worst boss. The Shadow Realm boss was really cool. I like the Shadow Realm map, where you push back all the darkness. That was cool. Double Giants was cool. The Dual Blood boss was a bit much, but you could actually kite the boss to fight one at a time, so it was okay, but still a bit much. The Ice Spike boss was kind of neat, but for my ice build, it was really drawn out, which kind of made it suffer a little bit, but it's still pretty cool. The other dual blood boss at the end was probably one of the harder fights, just because of how quick and often they're attacking you. And there's like no phase where you get your health filled back up. So if you don't have a flask that regenerates, or any other way of regenerating your health effectively, you really need to kind of rush to beat the fight, because if it goes long, you're just kind of fucked. For me, it was kind of drawn out because my ice damage was pretty shit. I even went out of my way to upgrade my flask to win. And like I statted into blood res on the tree. I don't think I even had bleed resist charms, but that would have definitely helped. But, you know, in summary, a handful of the interlude bosses are pretty good, and it'll be interesting to see where they get put in. I think they're meant to end up, some of them, in later acts. So if the difficulty increases on some of them, that'll be interesting as well. Yeah. In regard to the ice build, I would not recommend it at all.